drives profitability from breed to finish in swine farms. One way to improve the health status of the sow herd is by reducing the number of involuntary sows with better farm management and sow-care programs. Today, Hatu, our regional correspondent for Southeast Asia, will discuss with Watwarat Janjariyakul, Technical Sales Manager, Southeast Asia at APC, on this matter. Let's have a listen.
Hello, Watwarat. Thank you for accepting the talk in our podcast.
Hi, Tu. Thank you for inviting me to be here.
The topic today is how to improve sow culling ratio at the farm. So let's start with your experience in sow culling. Could you tell us what you think is the best culling ratio, and does that ratio work with all farms?
For my experience, normally in the farm, generally we have a ratio of culling around 30 to 40%. It's general for all the farm. Okay. Culling size is quite important for the farm to manage, to maintain the parity distribution of them. We need average parity in the farm should be around 3 to 3.5. That has a good production for your farm. Okay.
What are the criteria for culling the sows? I mean, when should we cull a sow?
For criteria of the culling, on the idea, we should separate the group of the sow culling to be two groups. One is voluntary culling. The other one is involuntary culling. Okay.
Okay, so we have a voluntarily culling group and involuntarily culling group. Why should we divide them into these two groups? Tell me more about them, please.
Voluntary culling is the sow that have some problem about the less production, or sow, or the other, like normal culling. Involuntary culling is the sow have some problem, like have some disease, abortion, prolapse, lameness, and estrus, or the other that makes problem that sow cannot be there or cannot maintain or use for production. Okay. Optimum average sow herd parity distribution is important to maximize lifetime sow production efficiency. Generally, the average of sow parity that I told you, we should to maintain around 3 to 3.5 parity in the farm. Okay, and minimize involuntary culling. Okay. This one is to make the farm can successful to maintain the production and maximize their productivity. Okay.
So when do we cull the voluntarily sows? Does it mean that they have some issues that cannot be fixed? And what kind of issues then?
Because of the old sow or old parity mostly have a lot of problem like this one. First, maybe have low total bone litter size. Okay, due to the uterine environment not good and difficult for embryo implantation is a key one. The other is a high number of stillborn because of uterine inertia. Okay, and low number of born alive. The third one is a high preventing mortality related to the insufficient number of functional teeth of the sow, less colostrum, and less of milk production. That make the plastic immune is low to the piglet, okay, and high number of piglet with substandard birth weight, and low average birth weight at weaning is coming from this issue. The other one is problem is a low subsequent conception rate and or following rate for the old sow. And other thing is quite make the cost of production increase is a high feed intake in gestation and lactation period, because the old sow need or require more feed for body maintenance than young sow. This one is important because you need to pay more money to supply the feed for them.
What about the involuntarily group? By hearing the word involuntarily, I think we should have difficulties in making culling decision. What is your experience in making decision when you work at the farms? And one more important thing I want to ask. Can we improve the health situation of this group and keep them instead of culling them?
Normally not difficult for me because mostly involuntary sows is not difficult to culling because mostly they have problem already, like have abortion, have some lameness, and as that like maybe we can try to do something to improve their first, like grouping them, use the ball to stimulate something. We can do that to make them have some normal extra cycle. But in this situation, in our area, we have some disease outbreak. It's the ASF. This one is not allow the farm to manage like this one. For ASF, we try to reduce contact, pig to pig or people to pig or something like that. We need to reduce that one. That's why some practice to make the sow come back to have a normal extra cycle is quite difficult for this time.
Okay, so cooling or keeping the sows, which one is more economically beneficial? Because you see, in Vietnam, and I know in some other countries in the region too, they tend to have a mindset that of fixing an old car or buying a new one when they talk about sow cooling. I mean, farmers tend to keep the sows because they think that there are some health issues that can be improved. And the other reason is because the availability of breeding pigs was not high, and these pigs are not cheap, especially with the GGP and the GP.
This point about the culling or keep the sow to improve the farm productivity. What the solution is more economically beneficial? I think that there's one. If normal situation, you have normal gill can replace, the replace is a good one to manage the farm and improve the productivity, because we need the new sow or young sow come to replace the old sow to maintain your parity distribution and parity average around T to T.5. Because of the parity allowed 2 T4 is the good production and high number of piglet, total born and pig born alive, and good production for you. That's why you need to maintain this group by replace the new one coming every time to maintain it. Okay. But right now, okay, I understand maybe some problem coming like this is outbreak like ASF. It's difficult for farm to manage this one, and less of supply of the gill. Okay, it's quite a bit difficult. On my idea, on my experience, I think we can keep some sow that good production, or sow have good production like parity 6 or parity 7. They still have the good conformation, have the good uniformity of the piglet, still have the good winning piglet come out. Okay, you can maybe maintain 1 or 2 parity to wait for the new gill coming. Okay, or you can start to think about do it by yourself, to replace by yourself, or like close your farm and produce your gill in the farm by yourself. The other one that maybe if you have use a farm like a GGP or GP farm, you can still keep some good performance of the sow, still production for you, no problem. You can do that because of the value of that one is quite high than parent stock, than PS. You can keep it and let it produce some sow or some gill supply to your farm until you have the new one or have the new GP or GGP to replace. You just cooling them, it's okay, no problem. This one you cannot do. Yeah. Why I think like that one? Because of the sound like a engine that you produce some piglet. Okay. Normally the new engine, when you use it for produce something, is quite good because less of maintenance and good production, no defect come out. Okay, but after that you use for long time, they need more maintenance in the future. A lot of maintenance coming, and the product come out maybe have some problem or some defect. Even if you compare like a sow, gill is a very new one, like a young or like a new engine. They can produce the product that you want is piglet. It's good conformation, good quality piglet come out. After that come to be old sow or old like old engine. You need more maintenance. That means you need some support, need some more feed for them to produce the piglet for you. But the piglets still come out have uniformity, small, have some maybe substandard come out a lot. That's why it's the problem for the farm to do that. Okay.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me when you explained that we can keep the old ones for some time to wait for the gill to stabilize, but for a longer time we need to maintain the old sows, and the cost of maintenance is sometimes higher than buying the new gilts. But for those criteria that you mentioned in the involuntarily group with the young sows but have some problems, which one is fixable by improving their health? Or can we say, how do we lower involuntarily culling ratio in general?
Okay, for the criteria that we talk about improve the sow health, normally we can reduce number of involuntary culling in the farm. How to do that? Okay. For improve that one, okay, we to talk about we call about the lifetime sow production, okay, and the release of involuntary for the culling. Yeah, we need to start from the early of the light of gill replacement. You should have a plan and program to do in the farm. Like I told you before, that if you have like a GGP or GP, or you want to do the gill by yourself in your farm, maybe you can think about that. Okay. Firstly, okay, you should understand how to select it. Okay, we will start on birth. We will select only the piglet that have birth weight more than 1.8 kilogram or higher than that. Okay, and have high pre-weaning mortality rate. Have high pre-weaning body weight gain too. Okay, like good performance or good energy, good rate is quite good, something like that. Okay, after that we select already. Okay, have a good one. You can take care of them. Okay, like separate them to be only the pen for the gill replacement and take care of them. Okay, you should to make it and take care of them in the area of only gill. Because of this group, you should to have a feed, special feed for them or feed that's specific for them. We need to separate the feed of the cover finisher and gill replacement is different. Because of gill replacement, we should concern about the nutrient of them, like a mineral, nutrition, everything, especially the calcium and phosphorus ratio in there, because of it important for develop skeleton of them. Okay. If we don't do that, it will have a problem in the future from the skeleton not staying enough or have problem coming like a lameness. After you use them maybe one or two parity, they start up to have some doxating or spelling. The gill have start have spelling or maybe have lameness. You should culling come to be involuntary culling.
Well, thank you very much, Watwarat, for your very interesting opinions and useful advice in improving sow culling ratio at pig farms.
Yes, thank you for opportunity. I hope the audience will receive some useful information for them. to maybe like from this broadcast and apply it and get some successfully to their operation and improve their production and have more profit. Okay. Thank you very much.
I hope our podcast provided you with useful insights on how farms can improve the health status of sows with better management and sow care programs. Thank you for listening to us at Asian Agribiz Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts to keep up to date on the latest happenings in the animal protein industry in Asia.